Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Today is the 10th pauri or stanza of the composition Thithi, Mahalla Panjwa, Gaudi Mahalla Panjwa. Lunar cycle is what we are talking about, and today is the 10th day of the lunar cycle called Dasmi. First, the recitation. Salok Das Dis Khojat Mai Phirio Jat Dekhon Tat Soe Man Bas Aave Nanaka Je Puran Kirpa Hoy Pauri Dasmi Das Dwar Bas Kine Man Santokh Naam Jap Line Karni Suniye Jas Gopal Naini Pekhat Sad Dayal Rasana Gun Gave Beyant Man Mein Chitve Puran Bhagavant Hast Charan Sant Tehal Kamaya Nanak E Sanjam Prabh Kirpa Paya. So the Guru speaks about methods, ways to control the mind. Man bas aave, je puran kirpa hoy, grace. So there is an element of grace involved. So is grace completely arbitrary? Gurmat would say no, it is not completely arbitrary because it depends also on our free will, on whether or not we wish to be liberated. But if we do wish to be liberated, mukti, if you will, then that free will is involved in the choice. And then grace happens. So it's a relational thing. It is not unilateral. It is relational. So the human individual must first desire, wish for, make a choice to want to be liberated or to be in union with the self. Das Dis Khojat Mai Phirio. The Guru says, I've looked in all directions for a way to control the senses. Jat Dekhon Tat Soe. Now this can be looked at in two ways. One is Jata Dekhon Tat Soe could mean wherever I look, I see the self. But there would be a slight issue with the context, because the context is Man Bas Aave, to control the mind. And Tat means reality. So our translation and transcreation of this line is that I have looked in all directions for a way to control the senses, but wherever I turn to, I see the same reality. Tat Soe. What is that reality that I see? Of a mind that is not in control. In other words, I have yet to find a way. And then he adds, Nanak is Nanak man bas aave nanaka je puran kirpa hoy. Man bas aave. The mind is reined in through the compassion of the perfect master. So we see this relationship between our free will and the grace of the Creator being entangled with one another. Let's consider the pauri. The Guru says, Dasami, Das Dwar Bas Kine, Man Santokh Naam Jap Line. Dasami, the 10th day of the lunar cycle, and the learning from this is how to control the wavering mind. So the Guru says, we talked about the 9 gates or the 9 apertures of the body-mind. And here the mention is of a 10th gate that is hidden, because it is the opening to higher realms of consciousness. So when the 9 gates of the body-mind are controlled through the practice of Nam Jap, then the mind finds the 10th hidden gate, which is the opening, and the individual then realizes or recognizes or recaptures, if you will, its true nature. So now the question is Nam Jape. That is the process. So the Guru goes on to explain what that practice is. But before that, just a word, an aside on the 9 openings or apertures of the human body. So Indian philosophical systems, the human body is likened to a city with 9 gates. And the Har is the eternal self that inhabits that city. So you have consciousness, pure consciousness, embodied in the human body, and there are 9 openings. And the 9 openings are the 2 ears, eyes, the mouth, nostrils, the anus, and the genitals. The point being that it is through, they're like gates where you have exit and entry. So Maya, or material reality, interacts with your senses. These are the openings, and that is what informs your intellect to make the appropriate decision. Now, the key is not to have these gates breached. That is what we have to check. So the king in the city is the Har self. The queen, if you will, is the intelligence, Buddhi. And they are both married together in this city, the human body-mind complex. So the point is, we want to keep the 9 gates protected so that the 10th hidden gate can open. We can find that then. So the Guru says when the 9 gates of the body-mind are controlled through practice of Nam Jap, then the mind finds the 10th hidden gate, which opens to higher realms of consciousness. Now, he goes on then to suggest, what is Nam Jap? Karani Sune Jas Gopal, attentive listening. Naini Pekhat Sad Dayal, searching for the Guru Enlightener, to be instructed by the Guru Enlightener. Rasana Gun Gave Beant, the tongue is appropriated to sing praises. Man meh chitvo Puran Bhagavant, recall, recollect the Bhagavant, the self, in your mind, and walk the footsteps of the Guru Enlightener. Hasta Charan Sant Tehel Kamaye. Earn that. Nanak eh sanjam prabh kirpa paye. This is the discipline. So we've seen that the Guru has given us insight into what Nam Jap is. It involves all the senses. It is not just one isolated activity. It involves attentive listening. It involves search for true knowledge. It involves singing praise. And it involves building, developing self-awareness. You see? And following in the footsteps of the Guru Enlightener, says Nanak, that is the discipline of Nam Jap. And that is what we are expected to engage in. If we have made the choice for mukti, the choice is ours. On that note, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.